Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for November 12, 2022, the Osofsky to Step Down edition. And we begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, David Smagala reporting. Lisa Osofsky, the embattled director of the Serious Fraud Office, will leave her job in August 2023 after completing her 5-year tenure with the agency. The UK Attorney General's office will start its search for her successor immediately. The leadership has been marked by controversy at best and many steps backward, although her team recently scored a victory against Glencore PLC. So kind of a mixed bag by sending an American to run the SFO. Hopefully they won't make that mistake again. Next up from Reuters. How long will it take Elon Musk to bankrupt Twitter? Well, he told Twitter executives yesterday that bankruptcy is certainly on the table and an option. The company is bleeding cash at upwards of $1 million a day. Some have estimated that 2 weeks after buying it for $44 million, it's worth about $8 million now. Well, whatever it is, it ain't worth very much, and it's going downhill quickly. The regulatory issues, Ireland has now opened an investigation into Twitter's actions because of all the gatekeepers leaving. The U.S. still may have to take a look at whether it's violating its certification requirements under the various consent decrees. So whatever he is doing, it ain't working. Next up from the San Diego Union Tribune, more corruption in tennis as a Chinese tennis player, Bao Lu Xing, has been provisionally suspended pending corruption charges. The precise nature of the charges were not disclosed, but the 21-year-old had been ranked as high as 525 in doubles by ATP. The ban began on October 27 and has an indefinite period of suspension. And finally, one of the biggest stories of the day is the embattled crypto exchange. FTX has thrown in the towel and has filed for bankruptcy. The announcement capped a stunning week that shook waves through the crypto industry. If you have invested in crypto, I'm feeling very sorry for you, but frankly, you knew this was coming. This was a literally a paper tiger, and the fraud going on at FTX will probably bring some serious criminal inquiry. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.